Okay, here we are with Li'l Rev. He's going to play a song for us. Go ahead. What's the name of it?
This is called the Parsippany Promenade. It's a instrumental piece.
Okay. All right. That's great. Okay, I wanted to ask you a few questions here. First of all, you kind of favor old-timey music. You're a music historian, correct?
Yeah.
Were you like that growing up? What did you listen to?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of classic rock of my generation. Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Rolling
Punk?
Stones,
'Cause I noticed
Beatles,
you
Pink
mentioned-
Floyd, yeah, you name it, yeah. Romantics, Clash, all that kind of stuff. And started out on guitar at about 12, and did a lot of surf music, all kinds of stuff.
Pee Wee
like
Herman.
Yeah, so, yeah, just typical music of generation, but always was drawn to the music that had like the rootsy flavor to it. So like when I listened to Zeppelin, I'd hear the blues, and and then as I began to read a lot of rock and roll biographies, I discovered who their heroes were, and that interested me in them. And so if I listened to Rolling Stones, then I eventually would be led to Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters, and if I listened to Muddy Waters, then I'd be led to Robert Johnson and Son House, and it just is a endless spiral back in time to trace the the roots of the music tree, the American popular music tree, and all of its antecedents. So
I know you like Woody Guthrie a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, all the folk stuff and political stuff, topical stuff. But yeah, I guess I probably dwell these days in a place somewhere between like 1865 and 1930. That's where I live the most. Those years are the most fascinating to me. But
your music, the music you compose, is in the style of that era.
Yeah,
too.
It's in those styles. Yep. So a lot of times, if I don't say nothing, I start doing some old time song, and then I do one of my own, but I don't say anything. People sometimes think that, oh, that's just another old time song.
Well, what you just played that was one of yours, correct?
Yeah.
And it sounds like it could be from let's say 1910 or
Yep. Yeah. And like sometimes I'll use motifs where like that's like a tip of the hat to my Creole Belle, which is a Mississippi John Hurt thing. So sometimes I'll use little familiar old time things that have been lost and forgotten and refashion them, kind of re-envision them.
Do you have a collection of 78 records?
I do, yeah. Got
a turntable, the whole deal?
I've got a Victrola turntable. I've got about 378s, and just an incredible record collection and a lot of stuff on digital stuff.
Where do you find a lot of your records?
Well, I'm not hunting like I used to, because it's all digitized, now, and so but that part of the discovery was probably, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, because when I started collecting records, the journey was that you would go to all these cool little record stores, and you'd meet interesting, eclectic people, and and you'd be looking for specific things sometimes, or you would just discover things thinking you were looking for one thing, and you'd find another thumbing through those dusty old record bins, and it was kind of like a journey, you were on a pilgrimage to find this music, and in the process you discovered all these other things, and so that's kind of cool about the process. The people you met, the places you had to go to find those records, now is all too easy. It's fast food. You just go online, you want the Memphis Jug Band, boom, you go to iTunes or Amazon. It's all right there. And the journey of connecting with people, and people turning you on to stuff the way, maybe it's still the same, but to me I perceive it differently in the digital era. And so I'm glad I had that experience in hunting for records and stuff.
I noticed you like a lot of the off-color stuff because you taught a couple of years ago here a ukulele workshop, and there were songs like "I Want to Play with Your Poodle" and all the kind
double
of
entendre.
Exactly, and you're kind of a historian in that area.
Yep, yeah, novelty songs and double entendre and just like comedic stuff and cleverly thought out stuff, and sometimes just a lot of that happens to be bawdy, so. People, a certain segment appreciates it, and some maybe don't. I don't know.
I appreciate it. I have a whole collection. Actually, you kind of inspired me. After going to the workshop, I started digging, and I have a lot of CDs that are old blues that are, like you said, double entendre, dirty, raunchy, and people don't pick up on it until they really listen to the music and realize it's all metaphors.
Yep.
All these terms that they use.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting. Now, you play harmonica and you play ukulele, but growing up, did you play guitar or what other instruments, or when did you really get into music?
Yeah, I started at about 12 and started on guitar, acoustic guitar, and then I bought an electric guitar with my paper out money and paid for my own lessons and stuff like that. And
you played rock?
I played rock, yeah, yep. And then harmonica early on. I kind of grew up around harmonica. My grandpa played harmonica. So guitar and harmonica is really what I did early on. And then eventually in my 20s I had a mandolin and banjo. And also in my mid-20s, I started playing ukulele too. So in the early 90s, yeah. I
saw in your bio that you went to school, you studied, is it music education? Or
pretty much, yeah. I have a degree in educational policy and curriculum development. So,
and then after you traveled around, you did kind of like the coffee house circuit. What kind of music did you play when you were traveling around?
Everything from my own stuff to bluesy stuff to boogie woogie to a few, rock and roll or punk based things here and there as well. And yeah, just a real potpourri, but always leaning towards one foot in kind of the traditional world.
When did you get into the ukulele?
I got into the ukulele like early 90s, 91, 92, 93. It's becoming a blur now. But someone gave me a ukulele at one of my concerts. A fan brought in a beat up old ukulele that needed repair and basically just gave it to me. And at that point, nobody was playing ukulele. Nobody.
Well, now that we have the resurgence of the ukulele, now it actually is becoming more mainstream now. Most of the books that we use were written by you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And how did that evolve?
I was in the right place at the right time.
Oh, is that it?
It's as simple as that.
The Hal Leonard books are, your name is on all of them.
Yeah. Well, the journey was serendipitous, and a little bit of luck, or as we say, mazel, and I look back at it now, and sometimes I feel like maybe it was preordained because I feel so grateful and lucky and blessed, and so many other things to be a part of all this stuff now, and have this under my belt. But I think, like someone giving me a ukulele. Sometimes there's some mystery in that. Why was I given a ukulele so long ago? When I look back now, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But someone gave me a ukulele, and there was some magic in that, And then how was it that I happened to be living in Milwaukee, which was home to one of the largest music publishers in the world, how was it that I happened to be able to read and write music when they were looking for someone to write ukulele books at a time before it even became popular?
It was your destiny.
Destiny is probably a really good word, but a lot of it, was it happenstance? Was it serendipitous? Was it preordained? Was it destiny? But looking back at it now, it just seems very, very magical to me how it all unfolded, and I'm grateful because I just, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Now, you just recently recorded a CD of harmonica music, Americana harmonica music. Do you think the harmonica is going to start becoming popular
I do,
again?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
I do.
talk about that.
Yeah, actually the videos that I've made that have the most hits are harmonica stuff. So, like my harmonica stuff is like 150,000 hits or more, and collectively I've got probably, somewhere between 250,000 and 500,000 hits out of all my videos, but the harmonica stuff is the most popular, and if you look at harmonica stuff on YouTube, it's got unbelievable amount of hits. So there's a whole legion of people out there searching for some kind of a harmonica community, and it's a portable and affordable instrument, and you can play almost anything on it, and a lot of people are drawn to it. And so I think there's a huge potential for the harmonica. I also, even though there's been a lot of great blues players, and then there's been John Popper from the Blues Travelers and things like that, I don't think the harmonica has really been brought into the limelight, by some players who just propel it to new places. And I think it's wide open. And the uke was kind of in that place too. So that's my theory. I feel like
so that could be the new wave.
It could
of
be if you're trying to predict tipping points. Yeah,
harmonicas, and like you said, the portability. That's why I got into it.
Same with you.
I could fit it in my pocket.
Affordable.
Yeah, exactly. So and affordable.
Yep.
What I noticed, a lot of the, I think some of the kids are getting tired of hearing electrified music and loud, and I think people are kind of wanting to find their roots again. Maybe it's the fact that the last decade the economy has been down. People want to go back to simple things and all this retro stuff. So maybe everything fits in now.
Yeah.
The harmonica, the ukulele.
Well, square dances and contra dances and old time fiddle music and old time stuff, string band music, bluegrass.
Well, Mumford and Sons. Who would think that they would take off?
When I was a grade school music teacher, from 2000 to 2005, all those kids are grown up now. A lot of them, and they show up at my concerts and they're all playing mandolins and fiddles and banjos now. So it's a sign
cool.
that it's a sign that it's just come of age, where that old timey stuff is just people feel connected to it now.
Maybe it's a cycle. Like in the '60s, the folk music became popular again, and then kind of faded out, and now we're coming back.
It's a cycle.
Yeah. All right. What's next for Li'l Rev? You have your new CD that's out.
I've got a new
What's
CD
on the
that's
horizon
out,
for 2015? Any plans? Or?
Well, I got a new CD out, so I'll be busy promoting the harmonica stuff. I've got a new book from Hal Leonard coming out at Christmas called Fiddle Tunes for Ukulele. And
definitely going to buy that one. Because I like all that finger picking.
I'm excited about that because I've been telling everybody about it for the last 3 years now, and it took forever for it to just come out. But
I want you to write a book more of your jug bands or whatever, because the one that you have is my favorite because it has all the double entendre.
Oh, the strum-along book.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm going to do another strum-along book with a lot of that stuff in there, for sure.
The fun, bluesy, my mind just went blank now, but I play a lot of those songs.
Okay. That's good. That's really good music.
So basically, you're traveling around the ukulele circuit.
2015 is a banner year. I'm at almost every uke fest in the country in 2015. So it's, for whatever reason, it is a year that it'd be hard to beat.
Because ukulele's mainstream now.
Yeah, it's like every month I'm flying somewhere else. So
Well, this is an exciting time then.
Yeah.
Maybe everything has come to fruition.
Yeah.
All these years, and
Yeah. Maybe
you're getting the
climax.
recognition that you've been waiting for, and all that. I mean, and your books are out there. You're basically the first really person
One
one of. I mean,
Yeah.
and Jim Beloff wrote all those.
Yeah, Jim and I were kind of, the harbingers.
Yeah, exactly.
We were, part of that first, group of
First
people,
wave,
and then, there are many others who came after that. So,
All right.
you know.
Well, this is. I know you want to get down there. Good. This is pretty good. Anything else that you would like people to know or talk about? Or?
LilRev.com and fountainofuke.blogspot.com. My blog is Fountain of Uke, and the website is LilRev.com, and yeah, people stop by there and check it out. That'd be great.
All right. Well, thanks a lot.